Hello, good morning from Las Vegas. I'm here for the Author Nation conference, which I've come to this even before it was called the Author Nation conference. I started coming here maybe in 2016. It's always been in Vegas, hasn't always been in this particular hotel, and in fact, this hotel hasn't always been named what it is named now. We're at the Horseshoe Hotel, which was originally Bally's. And this whole conference started at Sam's Town, which is not a great hotel or casino, but I digress. So I am enjoying a week of meeting with and chatting with authors and industry people here, and I'm going to be meeting with a whole lot of readers on Friday, which is unfortunately the day that this goes live, unless I decide to make it go live early, which I might do. So you might get to ignore all the references to Friday, because if you're in the Vegas area and you know where the Horseshoe is, or you know how to get an Uber, come to the signing, because it's called Reader Nation. It's in the Horseshoe. It's in the, I don't know what to call the conference area back there. But James Patterson is going to be there, and in fact, he is going to be in the booth right next to the one I will be in, along with J.D. Barker, and we're going to be selling and signing books. So if you've got a book of mine, bring it. If you don't, you can buy one right there at the table, and I'll sign it for you. That was a plug I wasn't really intending to make for this video. But other things I was going to talk about, for example, I wrote a post today in Substack about my backpack, the backpack of unlimited, or the backpack of endless travel. I'll put a link in the show notes of the video. And this video is also going to be playing on that Substack post, so you may be watching it from there. But before I go any further, please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to me here on YouTube. I'm trying to grow the channel so that I can monetize it and continue to do more of this stuff. But as you can see, I'm in a hotel room. You can see also my bed is made. That is a rule of life that I try to adhere to. Make your bed. And it's maybe not made all that well, but I've been thinking a lot about my backpack, because I noticed I actually have a lot of photos of my backpack. And once I got here, I snapped some shots of it so that I could post on like Instagram and places like that, which I don't do a lot. I haven't done a lot of posting on Instagram until recently. But what I noticed about the backpack was it's kind of a stand-in for me when I'm traveling and when I'm taking photographs. I carry that backpack practically everywhere. I've had a lot of packs over the years. Can't guarantee that this will be the last one, but I like this one. It's nice and small. I like the material. I like the way it looks. It really looks kind of cool in different settings. And so I will often use it as a prop, just a subject of a photo, so I have an excuse to take a photo of something else. Like this backdrop behind me, this hotel room. That wallpaper is crazy, but it's interesting. It's visually interesting, especially with those chairs. But if I were to just take a photo of the wall itself, the chair, or whatever, that's maybe interesting, but it sort of lacks a subject. So I like to put the bag in the shot, because it gives me a little something to kind of contrast it all. And what I've realized is that it's very symbolic. It's a metaphor. It's a stand-in for me in these scenarios. So I think I'm going to embrace that and start shooting photos and maybe even video and stuff. Well, maybe not video, but as I do more video stuff, I'm going to include images of that backpack and future things. What do you think of that? I think it's a great metaphor for travel. I'm somebody who likes to be prepared in nearly every situation, so I have just about everything I could need in that backpack. I've got, I would go through a whole list of things in the post, but just off the top of my head, I know I have toothpicks and dental floss, because I can't stand things being stuck in my teeth. And I have a spoon and a spork, because that's one of those things I discovered, like TSA doesn't bat an eye at a spoon, but they might get weird about a fork, and they definitely would get weird about a knife. But a lot of times I'll, get back to my hotel room with maybe some food I brought home from the restaurant I ate at or something, and I don't have utensils. Or I need a utensil to put coffee grounds into my coffee maker, which, by the way, I'm using the Cauldron. If you haven't heard of this thing, and they've got new versions of this now, but this is great for places like this. For some reason, this hotel does not include coffee makers in the rooms, and I've heard that's actually pretty common in Vegas. But with this guy, when I get up in the morning, I fill this with water, I put it on, and then by the time I'm done with my shower and everything, it has boiled the water, and I add some coffee to it. When I took this to Nink, I actually had my good coffee, and I made a dumb mistake this time, and decided I would just bring this Starbucks premium instant, and it's okay. It's as good as you're going to get when it comes to instant coffee. So take that for what you will. But it does mean I have coffee, and it does mean that this guy means that it doesn't matter if there's a coffee maker in here. But I've got a little pour over filter thing that I bring along. So I should have done it this time. I should have brought good coffee. Life's too short to not have good coffee. But anyway, the backpack has been a great tool for me, and is filled with things that I use. All the cables I use for all the electronic devices that I depend on. My phone, the iPad, even things like this. I have a little light here that's throwing some light on me. And I have all charging cables and extension cables, things like that. So it's probably too much of that, but I like to be prepared. There's also journals. I always have one or two journals with me. I got some daily drivers, but I've also got, like, this one's just for notes on the go, and then this is a little bullet journal I'm putting together to help me shape my strategy for YouTube. I got like charging packs. Like, this is a little charging pack, keeps my phone charged up while I'm traveling. All the things that you need to live the life of Kevin. But I started thinking like that. It's a great metaphor it's a stand-in for me in the photos, and it also it's just a metaphor for the idea of travel and the idea of being ready. And I don't have to have literally everything I could ever possibly need. I'm a contingency thinker, but I don't have to be prepared for like literally every contingency. But it's nice to know that I'm capable. That's the thing. So I think of myself as being very capable, and having that bag with me when I travel means I have resources. So anyway, there's a metaphor in there, and I'm a writer, and so I explore those things. Anyway, I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope that you will help me grow this channel. If you're just stumbling onto this and you haven't found me on Substack or found my books, you're going to find links to all that stuff in the show notes for this. Click on through. I'd love it if you subscribe to YouTube. I'd love it if you subscribe to me on Substack. And I would love it even more if you went and found my books at kevintumlinson.com/books. And that's about it. That's about it for this episode. So I hope you're enjoying this stuff. I love the travel. The conferences are fun. It gets a little wearying, but I get something out of it. I realized today that every time I come to one of these things, I learn something about myself. And I really don't do the panels, which I know is probably, no offense to the people running these things, but I've been coming to these conferences for decades, and so there's not much I haven't heard, and I would rather just have conversations with people, and that's what I do here. There's a community here. So if you're an author coming to something like this is Author Nation, and this is the 2025 Author Nation. My friend Joe Solari has picked this thing up and has retooled it, revamped it, relaunched it, and it's been an amazing conference. It's where you can learn more about yourself, connect with your community. You probably have something like that that you could attend, whatever you do. It doesn't have to be centered around your career. It could just be your interests. You know, I used to go to a lot of like comic book conventions, Star Trek conventions and things like that, because there was a community there that I could connect with, and we all had a shared interest. You should look into doing that. You don't have to spend a ton of money. You don't have to go to Vegas. There's almost always something happening in whatever town or city that you live in. But find those things, because it's a great way to connect with like-minded people, to connect with your community. But go in thinking, well, I'm going to try to give back while I'm there. I'm not just going to go to take in and absorb things, but I'm going to look for the opportunity to give back and contribute. And if you do that, it's going to be that much more rewarding. So that's why I come to these things. There's really no other financial or other benefit to me. Even these reader-facing ones are kind of hit or miss. Like, you know, a lot of people who come to this thing, they're coming to see, you know, James Patterson or somebody else, and I'm just sort of there. But there's that chance that they'll discover my work, and that's what I want. But even more, it's just a chance to kind of connect with these people and learn about them, and, you know, maybe I can enrich their life in some way, even if they don't become readers. So that's what it's all about, right? So anyway, thank you for following me here, for being a part of this. I'm getting better at this part. Maybe it's going to become a little more polished over time. We will see. I hope it does. I'm trying to learn new skills and implement new things, and I'm really excited about where it's going. So I hope you are too, and I hope you continue to follow along with me and my backpack. So see you next time.